Hello friends, welcome to i-TUTOR NCERT series. So today we are going to discuss 6th class NCERT Geography Chapter 6 Major Landforms of the Earth. The Earth has an infinite variety of landforms. Some part of the lithosphere may be rugged and some flat. Okay, last class we discussed about the lithosphere and lithosphere, atmosphere, hydrosphere. Okay, so some part of the lithosphere may be rugged and some flat. These landforms are a result of two processes. Okay, so these landforms are result of two processes. You will be amazed to know that the ground you are standing is slowly moving. Okay, so the ground we are standing, that is slowly moving. Within the earth a continuous movement it take place. So in this earth, within our earth, a continuous movement is taking place. The first or the initial process leads to the upliftment. Okay, the first process or the initial process leads to the upliftment and sinking of the earth's surface at several places. Okay, so the first movement helps to upliftment or lead to upliftment and sinking of the earth's surface at several places. Now the second or the external process is the continuous wearing down and rebuilding of the land surface. Okay, so the first process helps to, or the first process leads to upliftment and sinking of the earth surface, and the second process is continuous wearing down. Okay, it's a continuous wearing down and rebuilding of the land. Okay, now the wearing away of the earth's surface is called erosion. We know the wearing of the earth's surface or the wearing away of the earth's surface is called erosion. The process is known as erosion. The surface is being lowered by the process of erosion and rebuilt by the process of deposition. Okay, so the surface being lowered, okay, the surface is lowered by the process of erosion and rebuilt by the process of deposition. Okay, so there are two processes. First one is erosion and second one is deposition. Okay, erosion lowered the surface and deposition rebuilt the surface. These two processes are carried out by running water, ice and wind. Okay, so these two processes, they are carried by running water, ice and wind. Okay, now broadly we can group different landforms depending on the elevation and slope as mountains, plateaus and plains. Okay, so there are different landforms like mountains, plateaus and plains. Okay, they are depending on the elevation and the slope. So first one is mountain. Look at these mountains. A mountain is any natural elevation of the earth's surface. The mountain may have a small summit and a broad base. Okay, may have a small summit and a broad base. We know, but the shape has a broad base. Okay, a broad base and a small summit. It is considerably higher than the surrounding area. Okay, so the mountain is normally higher than the surrounding area. Some mountains are even higher than the clouds. As you go higher, the climate became colder. Okay, in some mountains there are permanently frozen rivers of ice. Okay, so in some mountains there are permanently frozen rivers of ice. They are called glaciers. Okay, we know in some mountains there are permanently frozen rivers of ice. They are called glaciers. There are some mountains you cannot see as they are under the sea. Because of harsh climate, less people live in mountain areas. Okay, we know because the mountain area have a harsh climate. Maybe the upper region have very cold. Okay, and the region is very slope. And it's not fit for agriculture and other things, constructions. So the climate, the harsh climate and other matter, due to other matters, less people live in the mountain areas. Since the slopes are steep, okay, the slopes are steep, less land is available for farming. Okay, and also less land is available for farming. So these are the causes for less people live in the mountain areas. Okay, now mountains may be arranged in a line known as a range. Okay, so the mountains may be arranged in a line known as a range. Okay, many mountain systems consist of a series of parallel ranges extending over hundreds of kilometers. The Himalayas, Alps and Andes are mountain ranges of Asia, Europe and South America. Okay, so the Himalayas are mountain ranges of Asia. The Alps are the mountain ranges of Europe, and Andes are the mountain ranges in South America. So these are mountains in very different heights and shape. There are three types of mountains. Okay, there are three types of mountains. The first one is fold mountain, second one is block mountain, and last one is volcanic mountain. Okay. The Himalayan mountains and Alps are young fold mountains. Okay, so the Himalayans in Asia, and the Alps mountain, they are in Europe. The Himalayan and Alps are young fold mountains. Okay, so they are young fold mountains, Himalayan and the Alps, with a rugged relief and high conical peaks. Okay, they have a rugged relief and high conical peaks. The Aravalli range in India is one of the oldest fold mountain system in the world. Okay, so the Aravalli range in India is one of the oldest fold mountain range. Okay, system in the world. Do you know where is Aravalli? If this is India map, Aravalli can be seen this area. Okay, near the Rajasthan, Gujarat. Okay, so here is Aravalli mountains. Okay, now. Okay, now the ranges has considerably worn down due to process of erosion. Okay, we discussed the erosion may worn down the land. So the ranges has considerably worn down due to the process of erosion. The Appalachians in North America and Ural Mountains in Russia have rounded features and low elevation. They are very old fold mountains. Okay, so the Himalayas and Alps are young fold mountains. At that time, the Appalachians in North America and Ural in Russia are old fold mountains. Okay, Appalachians in North America and Ural in Russia. Okay, so they are old fold mountain, and Himalayan mountains and Alps are young fold mountain. Himalayans are seen in Asia and Alps are seen in Europe. Now moving forward. Give me a second. Now, block mountains are created when large areas. So first we discussed about fold mountains. Okay, so there are three types of mountain. First one is fold mountain, second one is block mountain, and the last one is volcanic mountain. So Himalayan and Alps are young fold mountains. The Appalachians in North America and Ural in Russia are old fold mountains. The next one is block mountains. The block mountains are created when large areas are broken and displaced vertically. Look at this picture. Okay, it's a large area. Some of them are displaced vertically. The uplifted blocks are termed as host, and the lowered blocks are called graben. Okay, look at this picture. This is uplifted portion, and this is known as host. And the lowered portion, this portion or this area is known as graben. The Rhine Valley and Osage Mountain in Europe are examples of such mountain system. Okay, so these are the examples of fold mountain system. Okay, block mountain system. What are they? First one is the Rhine Valley and the Osage Mountains in Europe. Okay, now last one is volcanic mountain. Volcanic mountains are formed due to the volcanic activity. Okay, as the name shows, the volcanic mountains are formed due to the volcanic activity. Mount Kilimanjaro in Africa, Mount Fujiyama in Japan are examples of such mountains. Okay, so first one we discussed about the fold mountain. Example of fold mountains are Himalayan, Alps, Appalachian and Ural. The second one is block mountains, and examples of block mountains are the Rhine Valley and the Osage Mountain. They are seen in Europe. And last one is volcanic mountains. The important example is Mount Kilimanjaro in Africa and Mount Fujiyama in Japan. Now, mountains are very useful. The mountains are a storehouse of water. We know the mountains are a storehouse of water. So these are the uses of mountains. Many rivers have their sources in the glaciers in the mountain. We know many rivers originate from the glaciers or originate from the peak of mountain. Reservoirs are made and the water is harnessed for the use of people. Water from mountains is also used for irrigation and generate hydroelectricity. Okay, so these are the uses of mountain. The river valleys and terraces are ideal for cultivation of crops. Mountains have a rich variety of flora and fauna. The forests provide fuel, fodder, shelter, and other products like gum, resins, etc. Mountains provide an idealistic site for tourists. Okay, so these are the example of these are the importance or these are the useful of mountains. Now, the tourists visit the mountains for their scenic beauty. Several sports like paragliding, hang gliding, river rafting, etc. are popular in the mountains. So, first one is mountains and second one is plateaus. Okay, what are plateaus? Plateau is an elevated flat land. Okay, so a plateau is an elevated flat land. It is a flat topped tableland standing above the surrounding area. Okay, it's a flat topped tableland standing above the surrounding area. A plateau may have one or more sides with steep slopes. Okay, so a plateau may have one or more sides with steep slopes. The height of plateau often varies from few hundred meters to several thousand meters. Okay, the height may be vary from 100 meters to several thousand meters. Plateaus like mountains may be young or old. Okay, so they may be young or old like mountains. The Deccan Plateau in India. Okay, where is the location of Deccan Plateau? It's near the Maharashtra, that region. Okay, this is India, this region. Okay, this region is Deccan Plateau. Okay, and the Deccan Plateau in India is one of the oldest plateaus. So in India, Deccan Plateau is one of the not in India, in world, the Deccan Plateau is one of the oldest plateau. The East African Plateau in Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda, and the Western Plateau of Australia are other example. Okay, so the East African Plateau in Kenya and Tanzania, and Uganda, and Western Plateau of Australia. These are examples of plateaus. And you know, the Tibetan Plateau is the highest plateau in the world with a height of 4,000 to 6,000 meters above the mean sea level. Okay, so the highest plateau in the world is the Tibetan Plateau. Okay, the Tibet Plateau, that is 4,000 to 6,000 meters above the mean sea level. Okay, its height is 4,000 to 6,000 meters. Plateaus are very useful because they are rich in mineral deposits. Okay, so now the uses of plateaus. They are rich in mineral deposits. As a result, many of the mining areas in the world are located in the plateau areas. The African Plateau is famous for gold and diamond mining. We know Africa is famous for gold and diamond mining. In India, huge reserves of iron, coal, and manganese are found in the Chota Nagpur Plateau. So in India, we can see or we have iron, coal, and manganese in Chota Nagpur Plateau. In the plateau areas, there may be several waterfalls as the river falls from a great height. Okay, so in this area, in this plateau areas, there are several waterfalls also. In India, the Hundru Falls in the Chota Nagpur Plateau on the river Subarnarekha and the Jog Falls in Karnataka are examples of such waterfall. Okay, so in India, the Hundru Falls and the Jog Falls are examples of such waterfalls. The lava plateaus are rich in black soil that are fertile and good for cultivation. Okay, the Deccan region have this kind of soil, the black soil. Okay, so the lava plateaus are rich in black soil that are fertile and good for cultivation. Many plateaus have scenic spot and are of great attraction of tourists. Okay, so, like mountains, the plateaus are also an attractive places for tourists. The next one is plains. Plains are large stretches of flat land. Okay, so they are flat land. Okay, unlike mountains and plateaus, the plains are flat lands. They are generally not more than 200 meters above mean sea level. Okay, we know the Tibetan Plateau is 4,000 to 6,000 meters above the mean sea level, but the plains are generally not more than 200 meters above the mean sea level. Some plains are extremely level, other may be slightly rolling and undulating. Most of the plains are formed by rivers and their tributaries. Okay, most of the plains are formed by the rivers and the tributaries. The river flow down the slopes of mountains and erode them. They carry forward the eroded materials and deposit on the loads consisting of stones, sands, and silt along the courses and in the valleys. Okay, so how these plains are formed? When the river flow down the slopes, they erode some mountain materials. Okay, and they carry forward this erode material and deposit on this near the valleys. Okay, so that's how the plains are formed. It is from these deposits that plains are formed. Generally, plains are very fertile. Construction of transport network is easy. Okay, so plains are flat. Okay, so transport is very easy. Thus, the plains are very thickly populated region. Okay, we know mountains and plateau regions are not that much populated, but the plains are very thickly populated regions of the world. Some of the largest plains made by the river are found in Asia and North America. For example, in Asia, these plains are formed by the Ganga and Brahmaputra river. Okay, in India, the Ganga Brahmaputra river create a good plain, and Yangtze in China. Okay, Yangtze in China. So these are some plains formed by the rivers. Okay, in India, the Ganga and the Brahmaputra have a very big role in forming the plain. Now, plains are almost useful areas for human habitation. We know it's flat surface and there are many agriculture because the soil is very fertile. There is great concentration of people as more flat land is available for building houses as well as for cultivation. Okay, so the area or the land is way more flat and it's good for building houses as well as for cultivation. Because of fertile soil, the land is highly productive for cultivation. Okay, that's also an important point. Because of this fertile soil, the land is highly productive for cultivation. In India too, the Indo-Gangetic plains are the most densely populated region of the country. Okay, so in India, the Indo-Gangetic plains, okay, these are most densely populated region of the country. Moving to the final part, landform and the people. Humans have been living on different kinds of landforms in different ways. Life is difficult in mountainous areas. Okay, we know mountainous areas, life is very difficult because of the structure of the mountain. Okay, because it's slow, it's steep, and it's not possible for agriculture, not possible for construction in that area. So it's not. Its life is very difficult there, and also the climate is very harsh. Plains provide much better condition. It is easy to grow crops, build a house or a road in a plain than a mountain. Okay. Now, sometimes natural calamities such as earthquake, volcanic eruptions, storms and floods cause widespread destruction. Huge loss of life and property take places. By creating awareness about such incidents, we may lower the risk. You may find out from your own surroundings in how many ways we use the land and water. Quite often we use the land in a wasteful manner. For example, constructing houses on a fertile land. That is, we are wasting the land. Okay, the construction of houses in a fertile land means we waste our land. Similarly, we throw garbage on land or in water, making them dirty. We should avoid using such important gift of nature in a careless manner. The available land is not only for our use, it is our duty to leave the earth a better place for the future generation as well as. Okay, so that is called sustainable development. So that's all about this chapter. If you have any kind of doubts, please feel free to ask on the comment section. For more videos, do like, share, subscribe.